all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get a roll call?
Mr. Cook?
Here.
Mr. D'Andriano?
Here.
Mr. Rogan?
Here.
Ms. Smith?
Here.
Supervisor Williams?
Here. At this point, I'd like President Ron Taylor to step up to the mic, if you would.
Boy, he's in trouble.
So, we are honored to have the president here tonight of the Patterson Historical Society. This is their 50th anniversary, and on behalf of the town board, I'd like to say our thank you for all the hard work you've done. We've put together this little proclamation for them, which I will read very quickly. Whereas the Patterson Historical Society was chartered by the New York State Board of Regents on the 22nd of February 1973. And whereas the Patterson Historical Society is celebrating 50 years of service to our community. And whereas among the many accomplishments of the Patterson Historical Society are having moved and restored the Little Red Schoolhouse from Route 22 to its current location on South Street, no small feat. Published a 195-page hardcover history book of the town of Patterson entitled The Vignettes of Patterson's Past. Collected, digitized, and preserved more than 100,000 documents and images, including audio and video interviews from town residents of their recollections of times gone by. Restored and continued to maintain the old burying ground on Route 311. Again, no small feat. And whereas the town board of the town of Patterson wishes to recognize the Patterson Historical Society for its many accomplishments, and whereas the town board of the town of Patterson wishes to recognize the Patterson Historical Society for 50 years of dedicated service to our community. Now therefore be it resolved that it is with great honor the town board of the town of Patterson hereby issues this proclamation on the 22nd day of February 2023 to our Patterson Historical Society in recognition of their outstanding service, and we extend our deepest appreciation and gratitude for their years of hard work, their many accomplishments, and their continued effort in preserving the history of the town of Patterson. And Ron, I gotta say, you know, I've been doing this a long time now, and nobody has worked harder than you have at preserving the history of the town of Patterson. So personally, I would like to thank you very much.
Let me first thank the town board for all the assistance you provided us over the years. And then, of course, I need to thank Pat in particular, Pat Kloger, who's our treasurer, for remembering that it was 50 years. We have, I'm going to blank, aren't I? Barbara Barkfield, she's responsible for the committee that takes care of the old burying ground. Valerie Mora, who's on our public relations committee, and also on our audit committee, which is an important function, keeping that honest, you know. Susan Bowden, who's one of our archivists. Valerie Mathone, sorry, who's also one of our archivists, not licensed archivists, but who work in our office 3 hours at least a week, continuously year-round. That's how we managed to get so much done. And that's it for members. Well, those are, and then my wife Sonia, who's also on the publications committee. So I thank all of you for all the work that you've done, and I hope we'll continue to do. It's a long effort. Everyone's a volunteer, and but it's very gratifying. The town appreciates it, and we get to do all the cool stuff with the old documents. So thank you very much, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, would somebody like to audit some bills?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve abstract number 3 dated February 10th, 2023 in the amount of $1,601,955.33. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would you like to do a budget transfer or
Yeah.
two?
I will do that. Let's see, we have budget transfer request number 52. It's requested to allocate additional funds for the special counsel traffic court account for the final December billing course. So we'll be moving $740 from special counsel expense account to $740 to the special counsel traffic court expense account. So I'll make a motion to town board approve budget transfer of 2022 number 52. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have budget transfer request number 53, which is requested to allocate additional funds for the water administration contractual account for the final December billing course. And we'll be moving $530 from water administration equipment and capital outlay expense accounts to water administration contractual expense account, $530. So I'll make a motion that the town board approve the 2022 budget transfer request number 53. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Me.
Keep it going.
Okay. Next, what we have, a while back, the town board approved to accept an offer of donation on 2 pieces of property. Now there's been a request by the property owner for the town to pay the taxes on the property for 2022 and 2023. So it includes school taxes and town and county taxes in the amount of $1,103.92. I guess I have a question for council, that if we were to approve refunding, I guess that's the way to say it, reimbursement, refunding, these taxes, would in effect, then we're buying the property as opposed to accepting it as a donation?
Well, it's really a de minimis expense, because even if you were buying the property, it certainly would be more money than $1,000. So I don't think anyone is gonna challenge that you're paying more for the property than what it's worth and reimbursing that amount. Because even though they're 2 small parcels, their value, if they were on the market, would certainly be higher than $1,000. Similar to, when you're buying the property, you're getting title insurance, which is gonna be a minimal expense at this point, but it's just expenses associated with the purchase, like an adjustment,
Okay,
or the donation, like an adjustment.
okay. Any board member have anything they wanna chime in? No? All right, well, I'll make a motion then that the town board approve the reimbursement of the property tax on parcel 25-62-1-53 and 25-.62-154 in a total amount of $1,103.92. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, we have what I consider a puzzle. And we received this memo from the Putnam County Sheriff's Department. And they say, we'd like to bring to your attention the new laws enacted by the Drug Enforcement Agency, which affects the med return drug collection units located throughout the county. Basically, the sheriff's office has to remove the boxes. And there's going to be coming a list of facilities that will be approved to have these. Now, the current locations are the sheriff's office itself, Carmel Town Hall, Putnam Valley Town Hall, Phillipstown Town Hall, Patterson Town Hall, and the Department of Motor Vehicles Southeast. So this is just the notice that the changes to the law. The sheriff's office signed an agreement with Med Projects that will provide collection containers for the sheriff's office, and they will facilitate the pickup of the medications via UPS. I understand that Acme has an authorized box. So if you have any medicines out there that you really want to get rid of, bring them quickly into town hall, and the green box is there as soon as you enter. I'm not sure when the time frame is, but it's not going to be there long. There's nothing we can do about it. It's this Drug Enforcement Agency law, and we just have to abide by that. So that's all I got to say. Sean?
You're all set?
I'm sorry.
Okay. That's disappointing, that last item.
Yeah.
It is.
Don't flush them down your toilets. Hold on to them and we'll get them to the right type of facility. Okay, next item, it's actually an honor and a privilege to bring this forward. We routinely renew our contract with our Town of Patterson park caretaker, excuse me. This young man has served in this role for a number of years and been outstanding by, I think, everyone's account, including the current park board chair, who we had a meeting with a few weeks ago and was singing his accolades. So really this is just the town renewing their contract with this young man, Tyler Whitcomb, who again has served in this role and done an outstanding job. So we have the legal agreement, which will be signed by the town supervisor and Mr. Whitcomb, and it would go from January 1st, from January 1st of 2023 through December 31st of 2028. So and it outlines his duties and best faith efforts to do the job. And again, he has done an outstanding job. So it's my honor to make a motion that we authorize the town supervisor to enter into this contract on behalf of the town for the contract for the park caretaker with Mr. Whitcomb. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Second item I have, which isn't on here, is just a smile for everyone to say that my nephew Nicky watches every one of these meetings. We have to say, hi, Nicky.
Hi, Nicky.
Because it makes his day. Nicky, I hope you're watching. He said he was, and just want to thank you for that.
Okay, first up, it gives me great pleasure to introduce this resolution appointing Shannon Jenkins to the position of town planner for the town of Patterson, and ask that this resolution be entered into the record as though read. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I think we should mention that Shannon came in number 1 on the list.
So noted. All right, second on my agenda is just for informational purposes. The end of last year, the state adopted a new law which allows a town to amend our code to allow for an exemption for eligible firefighters. I did write the governor a letter, and I did talk to our representatives about the deficiencies in the law and the confusion that it was going to create, and sure enough, we are here. And the county has already adopted a law. I believe Brewster is considering it, if not already done it, and I think Carmel is thinking about it. This is one that I've put together on behalf of the town of Patterson. It varies a little bit from what the county has done. I'll bring your attention to section 14217, minimum service requirements. The county set their minimum service requirements at 5 years. I've dropped it down to 2. If you go to the next page, 14218E, I'm doing something a little bit different here. So the state law says that the agency having jurisdiction over the fire departments, which in the town of Patterson would be the town board of the town of Patterson, can set the rules and set the criteria for which members would be eligible. And I've talked to a number of people, and everybody thinks that LoSAP would be the most appropriate venue for determining when a member is an active fire department member and actually serving the community and getting the 10% criteria. But since I'm the LoSAP administrator, I see the point schedules for all the fire department members, and I see a lot of fire department members who are attending fires or ambulance services, but then they don't do the work details, they don't do the meetings, they're not an officer, so they never make their 50 points. So I put a second paragraph in here which would, you know, for those firefighters who are making at least 20% of the fire calls, they also would be eligible for this 10% discount as a way to, you know, encourage those members who just want to go there and fight fires without all the rest of the administrative duties, you know, to get that same benefit. Moving on to 14220. This goes into one of the issues about aggregation and, you know, how to treat that. If you've got a fire department member that has lived or has been with the, say, Brewster Fire Department for, you know, 10 years, and they move to Patterson, you know, do they get credit for that 10 years, especially when it comes to the issue of after 20 years, you're eligible for a lifetime reduction in your taxes, even though you may not be active anymore. There's some pros and cons going both ways with it. I led more towards, you know, the pro and giving people some credit without giving them full credit. The way the law is structured right now, it would allow 10 years of credit in another fire department. Because there is some benefit to doing that. There's some benefit to saying, we're gonna give you credit if you come, you know, be a member in Patterson, rather than, you know, trying to force them to stay with the other fire department. Those are the more substantial differences with what I've written here compared to, you know, what the county has done. I will tell you, you know, already we're seeing a lot of confusion in this law, that members who are in the Brewster Fire Department who live in the town of Patterson are already making application in the town, even though they're not eligible, to get the 10% credit. And they're fairly upset because they've been told that, yeah, it doesn't matter that they're with the Brewster Fire Department. Well, that's not what the state law said. The state law is very clear in that it says you have to be a member, you know, in the community that you're getting the credit from.
If the state was providing the funding, they could put out a blanket statement and say, if you're a volunteer firefighter, it doesn't matter where you live, you would get it across the board. But since it's not funded by them, it's funded by us. It's appropriate that we have input.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have reached out to both fire departments. I've asked to set up a meeting with the leadership of the fire departments to try to go through this, to make sure we're all on the same page before I move this forward. I'm still waiting to hear back. I haven't gotten any response.
I think interesting too, in that magazine we get about, you know, the town magazine, there's an article in this latest issue on this subject. So I just scanned it, but I'm gonna read it thoroughly, and I would suggest anybody else wants to read it. Just kind of goes through the same scenario that the supervisor just went through. So, yeah.
Does anybody have any questions at this time?
No,
No.
just, it's interesting that many years back, I'd say probably 20 years back, they had to live in the town with the fire department that they served. And now I noticed that it's, not required anymore.
It is not
You know.
required. We can have up to 40% of the membership living outside of the jurisdiction of the town.
So we could lose members, because they might go to their hometowns.
Maybe.
As
We
a
could gain
result of
members.
this.
Mhm.
We could.
All right, and that is it for my agenda. Mary?
Oh, yeah, my turn. Okay, so I have a few rec requests from Matt Chabaro. The first one, Matt is asking to hire Daria Pascal as a recreation specialist for the Town of Patterson Recreation Department. She's certified tennis professional and a retired physical education health teacher from Brewster Central School District. I personally know Daria. She's a great woman. She's an awesome tennis coach. I dealt with her doing trips, have not seen her in a while, and I very much look forward to seeing her and welcoming her to the rec center. I think she's going to be a great addition there, so I'd like to make a motion to hire Daria Pascal, pending all paperwork submitted to Sue Brown prior to the start of her employment, as the specialist for the Town of Patterson Recreation Department. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The other item is, it's summer camp price time. I'm not going to read all of the prices on here, but I will let you know that early bird pricing is only through March 29th, so if everyone should probably get on there. There are nice specials that you get for signing up early, and I do know firsthand that a lot of these camps do get full very quickly. So there is a multi-activity camp, a nature adventure camp, flag football camp, basketball camp, Lego camp, and a pre-K camp. And also a CIT program. That'll be available during basketball, flag football, and each multi-camp activity session offered. So I'll make a motion to approve the pricing that Matt has here for both individual, siblings, and his early bird pricing through March 29th. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Also, I guess Matt would like us to mention that there'll be,
He's
you
asked,
wanna do this?
he's asking what we would like to do with this.
Oh.
Whether we want it at the rec center or the Putnam Lake Park District. I don't know why we would not do it at the
The
rec center, but
So you wanna table it until we get back to him?
well, I don't think we need to table it.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
no, we should refer it to the Parks Group, right?
Do you think it just was brought up as a Put Lake because the gentleman lives in Putnam Lake? It seems like he's offering it to the entire town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems like it'd be appropriate to have it at the rec center, get the greatest number of people.
And we have the facility at the rec center. I'm not sure why, where would we have it at Putnam Lake if we were gonna have it? There's no indoor facility, so.
Mm-hmm.
The add-on, though, is that the gentleman is offering to teach casting, which, of course, they'd go out to, a pond or a lake or something to do. But this is something unique. We haven't seen anything like this in a while.
No.
I think it's great that somebody from the community has reached out to the town and said, hey, I can offer something
Yeah.
that people might be interested in.
Yeah.
So I think it's really kind of neat.
So, the mystery is.
The mystery is, what are we talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the mystery is whether
Yeah.
we're going to.
No, she was gonna
I'm
say.
just-
Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, we have a wonderful person that's volunteered to give free fly tying lessons, a Putnam Lake, New York event, and in the town of Patterson, New York, learn how to tie fly fishing flies, nymphs, wet flies, catskill flies, and more, beginners and advanced. Jose Luis Menalonzo. So, we have the who, we have what, We need the, when.
My recommendation is we do it down at the rec center. We've got a facility where,
Okay.
you know, it's not, the event wouldn't be weather dependent.
They could walk down to the environmental park
Sure.
and cast right
That's
into
true,
the,
yeah.
right into the end there, and there's plenty of parking.
Yeah.
And if it's flooded out, they could stand on the boardwalk. Probably not, they probably hit the trees, but
They can
lose a
cast
few
in the
flags.
gym too, right? Can they?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a really good idea for the bad weather, too.
So do you need a motion on this?
I don't know, we need a motion. I would like to,
Sounds good.
I would like to hear what the board has to say.
Okay.
We're turning down free?
No,
and-
rec center or
Free
kick it,
fly fishing?
rec center or kick it back to Putnam Lake.
No, rec center. Obviously, I'm
rec
I
not
just
a
think it makes sense
fisherman.
to have it at the rec center.
Rec center and let Matt work out the details with Jose Lewis.
When is he looking to do this? You saying?
Before trout season.
Said.
Probably in the,
Doesn't give
The
it much
time
time,
of
does
year.
it?
no, April 1st.
Yeah. There's
So?
nothing on here.
As soon as they
They'll
get it
just-
together.
Yeah, they'll just,
Yeah.
I'm sure Matt will structure the program. Okay. Cool. Are you all set?
That's all,
It's interesting.
that's it.
Peter?
Okay, I have a memo here from Russ Goff requesting the purchase of a mower tractor with a boom mower. So he's requesting to purchase a 2018 Kubota mower tractor with a boom mower attachment from Westchester Tractor in the amount of $75,000. This one mower is going to replace two older mowers that are almost 18 years old and getting a little expensive to find parts and replace it and repair them. So this one mower will do the job for both of them. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the $75,000 for the 2018 Kubota mower tractor with a boom mower attachment from Westchester Tractor. And I guess he's gonna get, this will be out of the capital equipment line DA 5130.200. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Probably get some of the money back anyway, right? Because he's gotta take the old tractors, they'll go out to Auckland's International. and-
One of them anyway.
Or one of them, yeah.
We're debating that.
Okay. Well, that'll
All set?
probably offset.
Yep.
Okay. Other business. Any town board member have any other business they wish to bring up at this time?
You got it.
All right, so I would like to let everybody know that Dunkin' Donuts is remodeled and they are having a grand reopening Saturday, March 4th, between 9 and 11. Sure to be a great event. Hope everybody can make it. Free coffee for a year for the first 50 guests.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and free ice cream for a year for the first 50 guests.
You gotta repeat the second one.
I gotta repeat the ice cream?
Yes.
Really? Free ice cream for a year for the first 50 guests?
Sharpen your elbows.
Never
Get in
mind,
the
I'm
door.
I'm pulling my sleeping bag out.
We'll have a lot of
Sleeping
coffee
there.
the night before, so you can
That's
stay
right.
up all night online for the first 50.
Nice.
You wanna do that? Okay. And that is it.
Are we gonna have to notify the sheriff's department to provide traffic control for this?
Listen,
When word gets out about free ice cream, you know, I can make coffee at home, but I can't make ice cream at home.
this is on Dunkin' Donuts.
The police are gonna be there anyways.
You went there, did you?
Retired police officer, I can say that.
All right, public recognition. I will ask that anybody here joining us tonight, if you have any comments or questions for the town board, if you would approach the mic, give your name and address, make your comments or questions, step right up, young lady.
Hi, I'm Denise Opramola from the Patterson Town Library Board, and I'm here to let you know of a couple of events. The first one that we have is a fundraiser that Friends of the Patterson Library is putting together. It's Create Your Own Wood Art on Thursday, March 9th at 6:30. It's $65 per person. I would also like to let everyone know that the Patterson Library Friends is an open group for anybody that would like to join, wants to become a member, get a little bit more involved in the library, and they do fundraising fundraisers for other events and things that, you know, the library might want to do. Then next we have a Back in the Bronx on Wednesday, March 29th at 7 p.m. It's an author and publisher of Back in the Bronx, a retrospective of the Bronx from the 1940s to the 1960s. Relive your childhood with memories and stories in this fascinating presentation of your favorite borough. Next, we also have the local impact of climate change on Thursday, April 20th at 7 p.m. with Vicki Kelly from the Cary Institute of Ecosystem. We also have on Wednesday, April 26th at 7 p.m. market volatility. So this is volatility is nearly impossible to eliminate, and you're gonna learn how to manage volatility through effective management and planning. Recognize that down markets may present buying opportunities. Maintain a focus on long-term goals. And we have one more. Last but not least, it's all fun and games. An adult game night, first Tuesday of the month, starting March 7th at 6:30 p.m. Grab your friends or fly solo and join us for an adult game night. Bring your Nintendo Switch, play with others at the library, Scrabble, a whole selection of board games. For adults 18 and over, it's more kind of brought out there for the younger adults that don't seem to have a lot of programs at the library, you know, like in their 20s and 30s, but everybody is welcome. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a lot of activity at the library. All right, I do have one more thing I just remembered just to let the board know, that Bobby Kearns, our EMS administrator, has put in for a grant. Hopefully we're gonna be successful on that, for $35,000 to cover some of the costs. Thank you, Bobby, for all the hard work. And so you all know, I put in for a grant today for $25,000. I finished up the grant application today. Hopefully to defray some of the costs for the Putnam Lake Dam. So we're working on that.
Great.
All right. Last, I would turn to anybody joining us by Zoom. If you have any questions or comments, if you would unmute, give your name and address for the record.
I keep expecting somebody to chime in and go, "Hi, Uncle Sean." You watch one day. We're all going to be in trouble.
Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out again. Miserable night.